breathe deeply, and prepare yourself for something extraordinary. What I'm about to share with you is not theory. It's not philosophy. It's not abstract concepts that sound good, but don't produce results. What I'm about to give you is a specific, practical, concrete 7-day protocol that will shift your reality completely. Not in 7 months, not in 7 weeks, in 7 days. 7 days from now, if you follow this protocol exactly as I'm about to explain it, your entire reality will have shifted. Your thoughts will be different. Your feelings will be different. Your energy will be different. Your circumstances will be starting to change. Your opportunities will be appearing. Your life will be transforming. And this isn't exaggeration. This isn't hype. This is what happens when you deliberately, consistently, intensely practice reality-shifting techniques for 7 consecutive days without exception, without compromise, without giving up. Before we begin, before I explain the protocol, before I tell you exactly what you're going to do for the next 7 days, I need you to make a commitment right now. A serious commitment, a binding commitment. Leave a comment with these exact words. I commit to 7 days. Not I'll try for 7 days, and not I hope to do 7 days, but I commit to 7 days, because that's what this requires. Absolute commitment, total dedication, complete follow-through. 7 days. No excuses, no exceptions, no giving up halfway through. So write it now. I commit to 7 days. And as you write it, feel the weight of that commitment. Feel yourself deciding. Feel yourself choosing. Feel yourself committing absolutely to following this protocol for 7 full days. This is your contract with yourself. This is your promise to your future. This is your commitment to your transformation. Now let me explain why 7 days is the magic number. Why this specific time frame creates such powerful shifts. Why it's not too short to be ineffective, and not so long that you give up before completing it. 7 days is long enough for new patterns to begin solidifying, but short enough that you can maintain intensity and discipline without burning out. 7 days is enough time for your subconscious mind to start accepting new programming, but not so long that resistance builds up and sabotages you. 7 days allows for compound effect to begin showing visible results, but keeps urgency high so you don't slack off. 7 days is the perfect balance between sustainable and transformative. There's also something powerful about the number 7 itself. 7 days in a week. 7 is a number of completion in many spiritual traditions. 7 creates a natural cycle, a complete unit, a whole process. When you commit to 7 days, you're committing to one complete cycle of transformation, one full revolution of change, one total process of shifting, and your subconscious mind responds to this completeness. It understands cycles, it recognizes patterns, it respects completion. So 7 days carries psychological weight, energetic significance, transformative power beyond just the number of hours involved. But here's what's crucial to understand. 7 days works only if you actually do all 7 days. If you do 6 days and quit on day 7, you don't get 85% of the results. You get almost none of the results. Because transformation happens at the completion of cycles. Breakthrough happens when you push through to the end. Permanent shift occurs when you finish what you started. So 6 days gets you to the edge of transformation, but not through it. 6 days builds momentum, but doesn't complete the breakthrough. 6 days is like climbing 90% of the mountain and turning back before reaching the summit. All the work, none of the view. All the effort, none of the reward. This is why your commitment matters so much. This is why I need you to decide right now, before I even tell you what the protocol involves, that you're doing all 7 days no matter what. No matter if it's hard. No matter if you're busy. No matter if you don't see results immediately. No matter if doubts arise. No matter if resistance shows up. 7 days. Complete. Full. Absolute. That's the commitment. That's the requirement. That's what creates the transformation. If you haven't already, write in the comments, I commit to 7 days. And if you're ready to actually transform your reality, not just think about transforming it, not just wish for transformation, but actually do the work that creates transformation. Subscribe to this channel and like this video, because what I'm about to give you is the most powerful 7-day protocol I've ever developed. It combines multiple reality-shifting techniques into one integrated system. It attacks limitation from every angle. It builds wealth consciousness layer by layer. And if you do it fully, completely, without compromise for 7 consecutive days, your reality must shift. It's not a maybe, it's not a hope, it's a guarantee. Do this protocol for 7 days and reality shifts. That's the promise. That's the power. That's the truth. Now let me explain exactly what this protocol is, what you'll be doing each day, why each element matters, and how it all works together to create complete reality shift in just 7 days. The protocol has 6 daily practices. 6 things you do every single day for 7 days. Each practice targets a different aspect of reality creation. Together, they reprogram your mind, shift your energy, change your vibration, transform your consciousness, and manifest new circumstances. And the key is, you do all 6 practices every single day. You don't skip practices. You don't do some days and not others. You don't pick and choose which practices you feel like doing. All 6 practices, every single day, 7 days straight. That's the protocol. That's what creates the shift. Before I break down each practice individually, let me give you the overview so you understand the complete system. Practice 1 happens first thing in the morning, before you do anything else, before you check your phone, before you get out of bed. This practice sets your frequency for the day, programs your subconscious for the day, establishes your intention for the day. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes that determine the entire energy of your next 16 waking hours. Practice 2 happens after practice 1, as soon as you get out of bed, before breakfast, before your morning routine. This practice anchors your new identity into your physical body, embodies the frequency you set in practice 1, makes the programming physical, not just mental. It takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes that ground your transformation into your cellular structure. Practice 3 happens throughout the day, multiple times, whenever you notice yourself slipping into old patterns, old thoughts, old feelings. This practice is your course correction, your realignment, your frequency reset button. It takes 30 seconds each time you do it, but you do it as many times as needed throughout the day to maintain your new frequency, to stay in your new identity, to keep yourself aligned with your new reality. Practice 4 happens in the evening, ideally around the same time each evening, creating a ritual, establishing a pattern. This practice processes the day, integrates the experiences, extracts the lessons, acknowledges the shifts. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes that consolidate the day's transformation, recognize the day's progress, prepare for tomorrow's continuation. Practice 5 happens right before bed, in bed, as you're preparing to sleep. This practice programs your subconscious for overnight processing, gives your mind specific instructions for sleep time integration, sets the stage for dream state reprogramming. It takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes that ensure your subconscious works for you all night, continues transforming while you sleep, wakes you up further along the transformation path. Practice 6 happens during sleep itself, automatically, without conscious effort. This practice is your subconscious mind, integrating everything from practices 1 through 5, processing it deeply, wiring it permanently, making it part of who you are. It takes 8 hours because that's how long sleep takes, but you don't have to do anything consciously. Your subconscious handles practice 6 while you rest. So total active time per day, approximately 45 minutes spread across 6 practices. 10 minutes morning practice 1, 5 minutes morning practice 2, multiple 30-second practice 3 interventions throughout the day, totaling maybe 5 minutes. 10 minutes evening practice 4, 10 minutes nighttime practice 5, and 8 hours of automatic practice 6 during sleep. 45 minutes of active practice creating 24 hours of transformation, less than 1 hour of deliberate work creating complete reality shift over 7 days. That's the time investment. That's the requirement. That's what it takes. Now, can you afford 45 minutes per day for 7 days? Can you commit to 45 minutes per day for the next week to completely transform your reality? If the answer is no, if you genuinely don't have 45 minutes per day, then you're probably not ready for transformation, because transformation requires investment, time investment, energy investment, attention investment. If you can't invest 45 minutes per day for 7 days, you won't transform. But if you can, if you will, if you commit to this time investment, your reality will shift. Guaranteed. Write in the comments again, I commit to 7 days. Each time you write this, you're strengthening your commitment. You're reinforcing your decision. You're making it harder to back out. You're locking yourself in, which is exactly what you need. Because on day 3 or 4, when it gets hard, when resistance shows up, when old patterns fight back, your commitment is what carries you through. Your word to yourself is what keeps you going. Your promise is what prevents quitting. Now let me break down each practice in complete detail so you know exactly what to do, exactly how to do it, exactly why it works. Practice 1. Morning reality declaration. This is the first thing you do every morning. Before checking your phone, before getting out of bed, before your mind gets hijacked by external inputs, other people's agendas, the day's demands, you wake up, you stay in bed, you close your eyes if they opened, and you spend 10 minutes deliberately, consciously, powerfully declaring the reality you're creating. Here's exactly how you do it. You take 3 deep breaths to center yourself, to become present, to shift from sleep consciousness to intention intentional consciousness. Then you begin declaring, out loud if you're alone, silently but with full conviction if others are in the room. You declare your new reality. You speak your new truth. You announce your new identity. And you do this in present tense, as if it's already true, as if it's already real, as if it's already manifested. I am wealthy. I have abundant money flowing to me constantly. I am financially free. I live in prosperity. I am successful in everything I do. Opportunities appear everywhere I look. I make excellent decisions. People want to work with me. Value flows through me. Money comes to me from multiple sources. I am confident. I am powerful. I am capable of achieving anything. I solve problems easily. I overcome obstacles naturally. I create my reality deliberately. I am a conscious creator. I am a manifester. I am magnetic to all good things. My life is amazing. My future is bright. Everything is working out perfectly for me. I am blessed. I am fortunate. I am abundant. I am wealthy. I am successful. I am free. These are the core declarations. You can add others. You can modify wording, but you hit all these key themes: wealth identity, money flow, success identity, opportunity perception, capability belief, deliberate creation, magnetism, blessing, fortune, abundance. And you don't just say these words mechanically. You feel them. You embody them. You generate the emotional state that matches the declarations. When you say, I am wealthy, you feel wealthy. When you say, I am confident, you feel confident. When you say, opportunities appear everywhere, you feel expectant, alert, ready to see opportunities. This feeling component is crucial. Words without feeling are just noise. Declarations without emotion are just affirmations that don't work. But declarations with powerful emotion, declarations where you're genuinely feeling what you're declaring, those are programming. Those are reality creation. Those are transformation in action. So as you make these declarations each morning, you generate the feelings, you create the emotions, you embody the frequency, you become what you're declaring. And you do this for 10 full minutes, which means you'll repeat these declarations many times. You'll cycle through them multiple times. And that's perfect. That's how programming works. Repetition with emotion creates neural pathways. Repeated declarations with genuine feeling install subconscious beliefs. Going through these declarations once with feeling is good. Going through them 10 times with feeling is powerful. Going through them for 10 minutes straight every morning for 7 days is transformative. Why does this work? Because you're catching your subconscious mind at its most receptive moment, right after waking, when you're still in alpha or light theta brainwave state, when your critical factor hasn't fully activated yet, when resistance is low, and you're feeding it powerful, positive, wealth-creating programming. You're installing beliefs of abundance, success, capability, magnetism before your old programming has a chance to take over for the day. You're setting your frequency before external circumstances have a chance to lower it. You're establishing your identity before the world has a chance to make you forget who you are. This morning practice alone, done consistently for 7 days, will shift your reality noticeably. But combined with the other 5 practices, it becomes exponentially more powerful because each practice reinforces the others. Each practice amplifies the others. Each practice builds on the others. Together they create complete system, complete transformation, complete reality shift. Practice 2. Physical embodiment. Immediately after your morning declarations, you get out of bed and you spend 5 minutes physically embodying the identity you just declared. Because transformation isn't just mental, it's physical, it's cellular, it's embodied. And when you combine mental programming with physical embodiment, the transformation accelerates dramatically. Here's how you do it. You stand up. You assume a posture of power. Shoulders back, chest open, head high, spine straight, feet grounded firmly on the floor, arms either at sides or on hips in power stance. You breathe deeply, fully, powerfully, and you hold this posture of power while you feel the feelings of wealth, success, confidence, capability. This is not about looking powerful. This is about feeling powerful, generating power, becoming power. Your posture affects your hormones. Standing in power position for just 2 minutes has been proven to increase testosterone and decrease cortisol, increases confidence, decreases stress, changes your biochemistry, changes your neurology, changes your physiology. Your body affects your mind just as your mind affects your body. So by consciously choosing a powerful posture and holding it while generating powerful feelings, you're hacking your biology. You're using your body to shift your state. You're embodying transformation physically. While holding power posture, you continue with the declarations from practice 1. But now you're declaring them while physically embodying power. I am am wealthy. Feel it in your body. Feel strength, solidity, groundedness. I am successful. Feel confidence, capability, power. I am abundant. Feel expansiveness, openness, flow. The declarations combined with the posture, combined with the feelings, create a multi-dimensional programming experience. Mental, emotional, and physical, all aligned. All declaring the same truth. All creating the same reality. 5 minutes of this embodiment practice. 5 minutes of standing in power, breathing powerfully, feeling powerfully, declaring powerfully. And by the end of 5 minutes, you're not just thinking differently, you're being differently. You're not just mentally affirming wealth, you're physically embodying wealth. You're not just hoping for transformation, you're becoming transformation. Your entire system, mind, emotion, body, is aligned with your new identity, is vibrating at your new frequency, is creating your new reality. Why does this work? Because your subconscious mind takes cues from your body. When your body is in power posture, your subconscious believes you're powerful. When your body is open and expansive, your subconscious believes you're abundant. When your body is grounded and strong, your subconscious believes you're capable. You're giving your subconscious evidence through your physiology. You're proving your declarations through your embodiment. You're making your programming believable by aligning body with mind. And something else powerful happens through embodiment. You're training your nervous system. You're teaching your body what wealth feels like, what success feels like, what confidence feels like. So later in the day, when you encounter situations that used to trigger insecurity or fear or limitation, your nervous system remembers this morning's practice. It remembers feeling powerful. It remembers being grounded. It remembers embodying confidence, and it defaults to that instead of defaulting to old patterns of shrinking, contracting, limiting. Practice 3, real-time reality checks. Throughout your day, multiple times per day, you're going to do what I call reality checks. These are moments where you pause, check in with yourself, notice what you're thinking and feeling, and course correct if needed. This practice keeps you aligned throughout the day, keeps you in your new frequency instead of slipping back into old frequency, keeps you being your new identity instead of reverting to old identity. Here's how it works. Set reminders on your phone every 2 hours during waking hours. When the reminder goes off, you stop whatever you're doing just for 30 seconds. You check in with yourself. You ask, what am I thinking right now? What am I feeling right now? Am I in my new identity or old identity? Am I vibrating at my new frequency or old frequency? Am I being who I declared myself to be this morning? Or have I forgotten and reverted to old patterns? Just notice, just observe, just become aware. And if you notice you've slipped into old patterns, old thoughts, old feelings, old frequency, you don't judge yourself. You don't make yourself wrong. You simply course correct. You realign. You reset. How do you course correct? Simple. You take 3 deep breaths. You remember your morning declarations. You feel the feelings you generated this morning. You recall your power posture. You reconnect with your new identity. You re-establish your new frequency. 30 seconds, 3 breaths, realignment, and you continue with your day from that realigned state. This practice is crucial because most people set powerful intentions in the morning and then completely forget them by noon. They start the day in high frequency, and by afternoon, they're back in low frequency, wondering why manifestation isn't working. They declare new identity in the morning, and by evening, they're operating from old identity, confused why transformation isn't happening. But with practice 3, with these regular reality checks throughout the day, you catch yourself before you drift too far. You realign before you completely forget. You course correct before old patterns fully reassert. Think of it like this. You're learning to drive a new vehicle. Your new identity is a new vehicle. And at first, you need constant attention to stay on course. You need frequent corrections to avoid veering off road. But the more you practice, the more you check and adjust, the more natural it becomes. The fewer corrections you need. Until eventually, staying aligned becomes automatic. Maintaining new frequency becomes default. Being new identity becomes effortless. But for these 7 days, you need the frequent checks. You need the regular realignments. You need practice 3 multiple times per day. Because your old patterns are strong. Your old identity is habitual. Your old frequency is automatic. So without these reality checks, without these course corrections, you'll slip back without even noticing. But with practice 3, you catch yourself. You adjust. You maintain alignment. You stay stay in transformation instead of reverting to limitation. Why does this work? Because awareness is the first step to change. You can't change what you're not aware of. But once you're aware, change becomes possible. These reality checks create awareness. They make you conscious of your thoughts, your feelings, your state. And that consciousness gives you choice. That awareness gives you power. That observation gives you the ability to change. Without awareness, you're on autopilot. With awareness, you're deliberately creating. Practice 4. Evening integration. Every evening, ideally around the same time each evening to create a ritual, you spend 10 minutes processing your day, integrating your experiences, acknowledging your shifts, and preparing for tomorrow. This practice consolidates the day's transformation, recognizes progress, identifies areas needing more attention, and sets intention for the next day. Here's the structure. You sit comfortably. You close your eyes. You take 3 deep breaths to center yourself, and then you review your day through the lens of your transformation. You ask yourself questions and you answer them honestly. What did I do today that aligned with my new identity? When did I think like the wealthy person I'm becoming? When did I feel abundant? When did I take action from confidence instead of fear? When did I see opportunities? When did I respond to challenges with capability instead of limitation? What evidence did I see today that I'm shifting? You look for evidence of transformation. You search for moments when you were different. You identify instances when new programming showed up, and you acknowledge them. You celebrate them. You appreciate them. Not because they're huge dramatic changes yet, but because they're evidence that shift is happening. Because they're proof that the protocol is working. Because they're confirmation that you're transforming. Then you ask the second set of questions. When did I slip into old patterns today? When did I forget my new identity? When did I drop into old frequency? When did I react from limitation instead of respond from power? When did I let circumstances determine my state instead of maintaining my chosen state? Where did I struggle? What triggered me back to old ways? You look for gaps. You identify weak points. You notice where more work is needed. Not to judge yourself, not to feel bad, but to become aware, to see clearly, to know what needs attention tomorrow. Because awareness allows correction. Recognition creates opportunity for change. Noticing patterns enables shifting patterns. Then you do a specific practice I call future day preview. You close your eyes and you imagine tomorrow. You see yourself waking up and immediately doing practice 1. You see yourself moving through your day from your new identity, maintaining your new frequency, being the wealthy, successful, confident person you're becoming. You preview tomorrow in vivid detail, imagining yourself successfully staying aligned, successfully maintaining transformation, successfully embodying your new identity all day. You're essentially programming yourself for success tomorrow. You're visualizing yourself doing the protocol perfectly tomorrow. You're seeing yourself staying in transformation tomorrow. This preview practice is incredibly powerful. Your subconscious doesn't distinguish between vividly imagined future and actual past. So when you vividly imagine tomorrow going perfectly, your subconscious treats it as memory of tomorrow going perfectly. And then tomorrow, your subconscious works to make reality match that memory. Works to make tomorrow actually go the way you previewed it going. You're pre-programming tomorrow. You're creating tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. 10 minutes total for practice 4. Few minutes reviewing today for evidence of shift. Few minutes reviewing today for areas needing attention. Few minutes previewing tomorrow successfully. And by the end of 10 minutes, you've consolidated today's transformation and prepared for tomorrow's continuation. You've acknowledged progress and identified areas for focus. You've looked back with awareness and looked forward with intention. This creates momentum. This builds on success. This ensures each day is better than the last. Why does this work? Because what you focus on expands. When you focus on evidence of transformation, you train your brain to see more evidence of transformation. When you acknowledge shifts, you encourage more shifts. When you celebrate progress, you create momentum for more progress. But if you never review, never acknowledge, never celebrate, you miss the shifts happening. You overlook the progress being made. You don't recognize transformation occurring. And what you don't recognize, you don't reinforce. What you don't acknowledge, you don't amplify. But practice 4 ensures you recognize, acknowledge, reinforce, and amplify every bit of transformation happening. Practice 5. Pre-sleep programming. Right before you sleep, in bed, lights off, ready to drift into sleep, you spend 10 minutes doing the most powerful programming possible. You're programming your subconscious mind to work on transformation all night while you sleep. You're giving specific instructions for overnight processing. You're setting the stage for practice 6 to be maximally effective. Here's exactly what you do. You lie comfortably in bed. You close your eyes. You take 3 deep breaths, letting your body relax completely with each exhale. And then you begin what I call the identity immersion. immersion. You immerse yourself completely in your new identity. You become your wealthy, successful, abundant future self, not visualizing from outside, not watching yourself, but being. First person, present tense, full immersion. You imagine waking up tomorrow already fully transformed, already completely wealthy, already totally successful, already absolutely abundant. You imagine opening your eyes and knowing, feeling, being certain that you're wealthy. You imagine getting out of bed with the confidence of someone who's successful. You imagine moving through your morning with the energy of someone who's abundant. You imagine going through your day as the fully realized version of yourself, the version where all transformation is complete, all shifts are permanent, all programming is installed. And you don't just see this, you feel this, you experience this, you live this in your imagination with such vividness, such detail, such sensory involvement that your subconscious accepts it as real. You feel the feelings of being wealthy, the security, the freedom, the power. You feel the confidence of being successful, the capability, the certainty, the strength. You feel the expansiveness of being abundant, the openness, the flow, the ease. You stay in this immersion for as long as you can, 5 minutes minimum, longer if possible. And as you immerse, as you feel, as you be this future self, you let yourself drift towards sleep. You don't pull yourself out of immersion. You don't end the practice. You just let immersion continue as you drift. Let it be the last thing in your consciousness. Let your subconscious mind take over while you're still immersed in your transformed identity. So the last conscious experience before sleep is being your wealthy, successful, abundant self. And your subconscious continues from there, working with that identity all night, integrating it, installing it, making it permanent. Why does this work? Because sleep is when your subconscious does its deepest work. During sleep, your brain consolidates memories, processes experiences, integrates learning, wires new neural pathways, and whatever was occupying your consciousness as you fell asleep is what your subconscious processes most deeply. So if you fall asleep immersed in your new identity, your subconscious processes that identity all night, treats it as reality, accepts it as truth, wires it as permanent. You're literally sleeping your way into transformation. You're using 8 hours of unconscious time to do heavy programming work. You're making sleep work for you instead of just being passive rest. And there's something else powerful about this practice. When you fall asleep in a specific state, you often wake up in that state or similar state. So when you fall asleep feeling wealthy, abundant, successful, you often wake up feeling wealthy, abundant, successful. Which means you start your next day already in high frequency, already in new identity, already aligned. And that makes practice one the next morning even more powerful because you're not starting from zero. You're starting from elevated. You're building on overnight programming. You're continuing transformation instead of restarting transformation. Practice 6. Sleep integration. This happens automatically while you sleep. You don't do anything consciously, but understanding what's happening helps you trust the process, helps you value sleep as part of the protocol, helps you commit to good sleep as essential for transformation. During sleep, your brain goes through multiple cycles. Each cycle includes different stages, and during certain stages, particularly REM sleep and slow wave sleep, your brain is processing the day's experiences, consolidating learning, organizing memories, creating neural pathways, integrating new patterns. This is when learning becomes permanent. This is when practice becomes mastery. This is when programming becomes paradigm. Everything you did in practices 1 through 5 during the day, your brain is processing during sleep. The morning declarations you made, your brain is wiring as beliefs during sleep. The power posture you held, your brain is integrating as identity during sleep. The course corrections you made, your brain is establishing as new default during sleep. The evening integration you did, your brain is consolidating as progress during sleep. The pre-sleep immersion you experienced, your brain is installing as reality during sleep. Sleep is not passive. Sleep is active transformation happening at the subconscious level. Sleep is when the real work gets done. Wake state is when you input programming. Sleep state is when programming gets installed. Both are necessary. Both are crucial. Both are part of the 7-day protocol. This is why getting good sleep is essential during these 7 days. If you shortchange sleep, you shortchange integration. If you sleep poorly, you integrate poorly. If you skip sleep, you skip the deepest level of transformation. So during these 7 days, prioritize sleep. Go to bed at a reasonable hour. Create good sleep conditions. Protect your 8 hours. Respect sleep as part of the protocol, not as break from the protocol. Now let me tell you what to expect day by day day as you go through these 7 days, because knowing what's coming helps you recognize it when it happens, helps you trust the process when it gets hard, helps you stay committed when doubts arise. Day 1. Excitement and skepticism. You're excited to start. You're curious whether it'll work. You do all 6 practices with enthusiasm, but there's also skepticism. Will this really work? Is 7 days really enough? Can I really shift my reality this fast? The skepticism is normal. Just notice it and do the practices anyway. Don't let skepticism stop you. Let results prove themselves over the 7 days. Day 2. Novelty and effort. The practices still feel new. You're still figuring them out. They require conscious effort. You have to remember to do them. You have to push yourself a little. This is normal. It's not automatic yet. It's still deliberate practice. But you're already starting to notice small shifts. Maybe thoughts are slightly different. Maybe you feel a bit more confident. Maybe you catch yourself seeing an opportunity. Small things, but notice them. Acknowledge them. These are the first signs of transformation. Day 3. Resistance and breakthrough. This is often the hardest day. Old patterns fight back. Resistance shows up. Part of you wants to quit. This is too much work. I'm too busy. Maybe I'll start again next week. This is your old paradigm trying to maintain itself. Your old identity trying to survive. Your old programming resisting replacement. But this is also the day breakthrough often happens. Because when you push through resistance, when you do the practices anyway despite not feeling like it, you break through. You prove to yourself you're serious. You demonstrate commitment. You show your subconscious you're not giving up. And often by evening of day 3, you feel shifted, lighter, clearer, different. The breakthrough. Day 4. Momentum and faith. After breaking through day 3, day 4 feels easier. You have momentum. The practices start feeling more natural, less effortful. You're starting to believe this is working. Faith is building. Skepticism is decreasing. And you're noticing more shifts, bigger shifts, more obvious changes. Thoughts are definitely different. Feelings are noticeably different. Actions are starting to shift. You're catching yourself responding to situations differently. You're seeing opportunities more clearly. You're feeling more confident, more abundant, more powerful. Transformation is becoming undeniable. Day 5. Integration and refinement. The practices are becoming habits. You're doing them more automatically. They're requiring less conscious effort. You're refining technique, getting better at embodiment, getting more skillful at course correction, getting more adept at immersion. And shifts are accumulating. Each day builds on previous days. Each practice reinforces others. Integration is happening at deeper levels. You're not just doing practices. You're becoming transformation. You're not just thinking differently. You're being differently. Day 6. Power and anticipation. You're feeling powerful. You know this is working. You've seen enough evidence. You've experienced enough shifts. You're certain transformation is real. And you're anticipating tomorrow, the final day, the completion of the cycle. You're excited to finish strong. You're committed to making day 7 powerful. You're ready to complete what you started. There's energy. There's momentum. There's certainty. You're in full transformation mode now. Day 7. Completion and commitment. The final day. You do all 6 practices with full presence, full commitment, full intensity. You're completing the cycle, finishing strong, honoring your commitment. And by evening of day 7, you're different. Noticeably, measurably, undeniably different. Your thoughts are different. Your feelings are different. Your energy is different. The way you move through the world is different. The way you see yourself is different. The way others respond to you is different. Reality has shifted. Not entirely, not completely, but significantly, visibly, really. And on day 7 evening, you make a new commitment to continue, because 7 days shifted reality. Imagine what 14 days would do, what 30 days would create, what 90 days would manifest. 7 days proved it works. Now you commit to continuation, to making these practices permanent, to living in transformation mode ongoing, because you've tasted it, you've felt it, you've experienced it, and you're not going back. Write one final time in the comments, I commit to 7 days, and add to that commitment and beyond, because 7 days is just the beginning. 7 days opens the door. 7 days shows what's possible, but continuing creates permanent transformation. Continuing builds lasting change. Continuing manifests complete reality shift. Now tonight, before you begin day 1 tomorrow, I want you to prepare. Preparation increases success. Preparation strengthens commitment. Preparation ensures follow through. Here's how to prepare. First, schedule your practices. Look at your calendar for the next 7 days. Decide what time you'll wake up to do practice 1 and 2. Block that time. Protect it. Make it non-negotiable. Decide when you'll do practice 4 each evening. Same time ideally. Block Block it. Protect it. Schedule it like an important meeting with yourself. Decide your bedtime to ensure 8 hours sleep for practice 6. Set it. Commit to it. Protect it. Scheduling practices makes them real, makes them likely to happen, makes success probable. Second, set your reminders for practice 3. Set phone alarms or calendar alerts for every 2 hours during waking hours. Label them reality check or alignment or course correct. Whatever reminds you to do practice 3, set them now for all 7 days. So when reminder goes off, you remember immediately what to do. Third, prepare your space for practice 2. Clear a space where you can stand in power posture without obstruction. Maybe in your bedroom, maybe in a bathroom, wherever you can have 5 minutes undisturbed to stand in power and embody. Having space prepared makes practice easier. Fourth, eliminate obstacles. Think about what might prevent you from completing 7 days. Too busy? Wake up earlier. Too tired at night? Go to bed earlier. Distractions? Turn off phone during practices. Interruptions? Communicate to household you need these times undisturbed. Anticipate obstacles and remove them now. Make the path clear. Make success inevitable. Fifth, create accountability. Tell someone you're doing this. A friend, a partner, someone who will check in with you. Ask them to text you each evening. Did you do all practices today? Having someone expecting your success increases likelihood of success. Having accountability reduces chance of quitting. Make yourself accountable. Place your hand on your heart right now and declare, I commit to 7 days. I will do all 6 practices every single day for 7 consecutive days. No excuses, no exceptions, no compromising. I will complete this protocol fully. I will see this through to the end. I will give myself this gift of 7 days of intensive transformation. I commit, I promise, I will do this. 7 days, starting tomorrow, I commit to 7 days. Feel that commitment settling into your chest. Feel it becoming absolute. Feel yourself deciding completely. Feel the power of your word to yourself. Feel the weight of your promise. Feel the certainty of your commitment. This is it. This is real. This is happening. 7 days, starting tomorrow. You've committed. Now you'll do it. Begin your final breathing for tonight. Breathe in commitment. Breathe out doubt. Breathe in certainty. Breathe out hesitation. Breathe in power. Breathe out weakness. Breathe in transformation. Breathe out resistance. Breathe in your new reality. Breathe out your old reality. With each breath, prepare yourself. With each breath, strengthen your resolve. With each breath, align with success. Tomorrow you begin. Tomorrow day 1 starts. Tomorrow you wake up and immediately do practice 1. 10 minutes of powerful declarations. Then practice 2. 5 minutes of physical embodiment. Then throughout the day, practice 3. Real-time reality checks. Then evening practice 4. Integration and preview. Then bedtime practice 5. Pre-sleep programming. Then all-night practice 6. Sleep integration. All 6 practices. Day 1 complete. And then day 2. Same practices, same commitment, same intensity. And day 3. Breaking through resistance. And day 4. Building momentum. And day 5. Integrating deeply. And day 6. Feeling power. And day 7. Completing the cycle. 7 days. All 6 practices. Every single day. Complete transformation. Total reality shift. This is your path. This is your protocol. This is your 7-day journey from where you are now to where you want to be. From old reality to new reality. From limitation to possibility. From struggle to flow. From poverty consciousness to wealth consciousness. 7 days. Do this for 7 days. Reality shifts. Guaranteed. You've committed. Now you'll do it. Starting tomorrow. Day 1 begins. Your transformation starts. Your reality shifts. In 7 days, you'll be different. 7 days from now, reading this message again, you'll barely recognize the person you were tonight because 7 days of this protocol transforms. 7 days of intensive practice shifts reality. 7 days of complete commitment creates new you. Sleep well tonight. Tomorrow you begin. Tomorrow transformation starts. Tomorrow day, one of your 7-day reality shift protocol begins. You're ready? You've committed. You'll succeed. 7 days. Complete transformation. Total reality shift. Do this for 7 days. Reality shifts. Starting tomorrow. Starting with you. Starting now. Good night, Transformer. Your 7 days begin tomorrow, and your new reality awaits.